We all take for granted the ability to communicate and swallow normally, and it is not until we're unable to do this that we realise how important it is to us, to our independence, our quality of life, and to the sense of who we are. As a speech and language therapy team at Chesterfield Royal Hospital, we aim to transform lives by providing effective and holistic intervention for people with communication and swallowing difficulties. Here are some patient stories about their experiences of having swallowing and communication difficulties and how speech and language therapy has positively impacted on their lives.
I came to speech therapy because I was literally in a mess. My speech was very slurred. I'd had that for a matter of 4 or 5 weeks, and I wasn't going to go to hospital, but I was persuaded I'd got to do in my own interest. I was having a job to swallow. I couldn't swallow very well, and my breathing was affected. It was very dramatic because I'd never had an illness in my life before. And it came out of the blue. I'd started with a chest complaint, then I caught another one. And from then on, the speech got rapidly worse. I was very, very ill. I was sent for an X-ray of the swallowing, which was very good. And they did a video, which the speech therapist showed to me afterwards. And it confirmed that some of my food was entering into my lungs instead of going into my stomach. Well, the speech therapist, first of all, they put me onto a diet of mashable foods. They showed me how the way to go on with all the foods what I could not eat. And when I started on that, I got a little bit better. Everything was thickened, and I carried out what the speech therapist had told me to do, which I've done all the while, and this has put me right on top again. The speech therapist gave me a list of sayings, biattles and something else, but we practiced those, the wife and I, and it went down very well.
And the ones you liked best was?
We'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Because of speech therapy, I'm now living again. Simple as that. I can eat, I can talk, I can go out, I can breathe, I can enjoy life. They have really put me back on top. I can't thank them enough. They've been wonderful to me. I said to the speech therapist, one day I'm going to go and have my fish and chips. And that day happened, thanks to the speech therapist.
Was it last Friday, was it?
Yes, my son-in-law and my daughter said, we've got a special for you. And they took us to a restaurant and I had fish and chips. Lovely, lovely. The day's come.
Some years ago, I had problems with my voice. I kept losing my voice. I saw the consultant at the hospital who had me in within a fortnight to remove some cells that was growing. And then I was referred to speech and language. So that was the start of getting better, really. I work at a nursery school, and I also work for adult education. So I'm needing to talk all the time. My voice problems, what I was finding was people couldn't understand what I was saying. And I was talking louder and louder, and so that they could understand me. It wasn't so much as a croak, it was just no voice. There didn't seem to be any power at all in my voice, which really worried me, because being somebody who likes talking and having a job where I have to talk a lot, it was scary to think that I may lose my voice altogether. I didn't make phone calls at all because people couldn't hear me. very well, and they were always asking me to repeat what I said, so I stopped using the phone to call. We had an answering machine put in because if somebody rang, I wasn't answering the phone because they didn't know they got through to the right people, and then I couldn't speak to them, and it was really not very nice. It's a scare. You feel isolated because you can't communicate. Speech therapy taught me how to use my voice properly. I didn't need to shout. People could hear me just speaking at a normal level, and they could understand me. I've got more confidence now. I've got more confidence to use the phone. I use the phone at work and at home. I'll make calls and it doesn't bother me. I accept calls as well. I'm not letting the answer machine pick them up all the time. It's surprising, from being a confident person, I'd lost all that confidence by not having a voice. Yes, I definitely recommend speech therapy. I learned so much on how to control my voice, the exercises too, which I still do now, the things that I need to do to even to keep calm when my voice gets croaky, and I've been using it a lot. I've got a tape with all the things that we did, and I go through those. I've got all the strategies that speech and language have given me to use, and it's fantastic. So I know there's somebody there that I can talk to if I need to. There's no miracle cure, but people can help you and get your voice back and get your life back, because that's, for me, I thought I was going to have to lose my job. I can't teach teach people if I can't talk to them. So for me, it means I've got my life back, and I can talk, which I love talking.
I had a stroke, but my lips moved, but I don't know what my head was saying. I didn't know what I said, but Farah would talk to me, and I learned, or I was talking things, and the words so it got me better. So I taught a lot. So it's just things that if people are talking, and I know what people are talking about me or talking to me, but if I talk as well, if I go too much and I don't know what I'm saying then. I got started from Chesterfield Hospital, and that's where I started getting to learn for speeching things, because I didn't talk at all. And that started when I was at Chesterfield, and it was a lot better for me, because I was talking perhaps every week, and it got me a lot better for me. Before I went, I just used to sit here, that was it, because I would go out with a dog and no, people wouldn't talk to you, because I knew hello and see you, I know that, but there's people wouldn't walk at you, they'd just walk away from you. Now I'm learning a bit now, and they will talk to me, so it's not too bad at all now. But I keep trying and trying, and it's different that people help you, some people don't. It's just different, you've got to try. Just things you do or you don't.
to have the operation called a larynectomy, which took away my voice box, which left me with nothing at all. And the speech therapy department got in touch when this thing had so told me what I'd got and what it entailed. The first thing I said was, "You mean I'll never speak to my grandchildren again?" Which is terrible. I came out of hospital in the November after I'd had quite a bit of speech therapy, and then at that time I had a Zervox. I wasn't going to use it, no way at all. But she persevered with me, and they gave me different things to do. But the making of me was using one of these. Well, without being able to speak, it's the isolation. I knew I'd got to get me independence, start driving again, so I got in the car and I needed some petrol. So, what do? I'd got to go myself. And I got there and I couldn't do the petrol cab. And I went up to this boy and I said, "Excuse me, I'm going to do my bedroom cab." And he just said, "No problem, Doc." And he did it. And from that day on, the confidence was there through one of these. I want my life to be as much like it was before as now. And I think to a certain extent it's true. I do voluntary work for the Educate on Speech job, where previously I was a volunteer at the hospice. I work in the department, noting things, and wherever I go, people are so kind. But basically, I think with speech therapy, it's gaining the confidence to carry on, really. It's something that I've learned to live with. Just going out and about and mixing with people. Without speech therapy, I'd never do that. Let me tell you one thing about these. When I'm in Tesco and I'm talking to anybody, I have all these children around me. Because I'm a novelty.
I was diagnosed with Parkinson's just over 3 years ago. I needed help because one of the symptoms, or the main symptom that I was suffering from, was slurring of speech. So on my regular consultation with the consultant at the hospital, I mentioned this to him, and he said straight away, I would recommend speech therapy. I was told, people with Parkinson's think they're talking at a normal level, and it comes out at a reduced level to people who are listening. So the idea behind thinking loud is that you talk louder than you would do normally, or it seems louder to you, but the effect to people who listen is at a normal level. At the start of the course, I read out a paragraph, a pre-prepared paragraph, and we recorded that. And then at the end of the month, we re-recorded the same passage. And the difference between the two was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe the difference. The two therapists, again, were brilliant on this because they found out things for me to read out that were my interest or my hobbies. It's a very strange sensation hearing your own voice played back to you, because what you hear is not what you sound like to yourself, is it? They said it would be the sort of thing that you'd need to do every day. So the other thing which we started doing was to read out a chapter of a book after we'd had our lunch. So we'd clear away, and then I would read to Jan a chapter. And we're working our way through a book. slowly but surely. Oh, my confidence is much improved. Jan will tell you that I'd probably got to the stage of not saying very much, not instigating conversations, perhaps not even taking part in a conversation as much as I would have done. And that's gone. It's been brilliant. It's been an absolutely amazing discovery. I had no idea what speech therapists did other than what you might hear on the television. And there's so much more to it. And as I say, it's benefited me enormously. And I'm very grateful to the department. Very grateful.
When older people come into hospital, they often experience problems with their speech or swallowing. And at that time, it's really important that they get assessed by the specialist at the right time. The speech and language therapy team here at Chesterfield Royal Hospital performs an invaluable role as part of the multidisciplinary team on the wards, assessing people with swallowing difficulties, helping to assist in developing plans that are in that person's best interest. I've had the opportunity to work with the team on a number of occasions, both with inpatients and outpatients, and sometimes the results have been genuinely spectacular. The speech and language therapy are an essential part of the team here, and I'm very proud to work with them.